Yeah, you can organize yourself so that this is a little bit visible. I'm audible, I think we'll try to manage like this. Now, let me start with a beautiful story. Today we are talking about a topic which we say goal setting. More than the goal setting, the topic that has been actually given to me is today my topic would be setting up a goal. Right now I'm going to set up every one of your goal, and then I will make sure it is going to happen to you. This much I can promise. With the kind of grace of God that is on the trainers whom we call Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. When it comes to any of the teachers occupying on the pedestal, they will have lot of powers which does not arise from within, it comes from His grace. And that grace will flow onto you so comfortably, and miracles are going to happen today. Before the class what you are, and after the class what you will be, it will be completely two different personality. This much I can guarantee you. So let us start with setting up the goal right. Because we are academic students, our only goal is exams. Let us see how we actually behave when the results of the exams are declared. We will go to 10th standard. When I saw my first 10th standard results, when I see it in the notice board, as I am watching, something deep inside tells me, hey, this is not your results. Malik, this cannot be your results. If you would have really put efforts and if you have really studied well, your results would have been much more higher, and you anticipate that it has to be on the first row. So deep inside, without even your notice, your subconscious mind creates a goal for you. I'm talking about goal setting. It creates a goal for you, and it defines and tells you that next exam, your results are not going to be where you are seeing right now. You tell yourself, next exam results, I'm going to see myself there. After you tell this, the goal is already set in your mind. But for what reason it does not work, we will see, because we need to make it happen. For what reason, whatever the goals you set is not going to work, we will look into those aspects. 10th is over. We will not talk about +1, we will come to +2, which few of you are facing now. If you do not put the right efforts right from now, the goal is already been set. When you started to attend the class from +1 onwards, you never came into the class with an intention that I am going to be the last person in the result list. No, you always came with this intention telling that I am going to be the first person in the result sheet. See, all of us are born winners. The very reason you have been gifted as a human being tells that you are that sacred, you are that unique personality, you are that masterpiece, you are that masterpiece. God could have created you as any such creature, any such microorganism. If God has picked you to become human, that is the most sacred species. That means among the billions and billions of creatures that are living in this world, you're being picked up and granted that sacred living that is called as human living. Now, it is your responsibility. When you actually go back to Him, you should say, oh God, you gave me this human birth. I think I've lived up to your expectation. That should be the attitude by which you will have to die. And when you die, that final judgment, you should be happy to say, I've lived a human life so satisfaction, not only to myself, even to the outside world, besh. That attitude was already there in you, and that winning attitude was already there in you, and you are that winner. That is the reason you are born as human. Otherwise, you could have been born as any other creature. Now, knowing that I have been born as a human, I have a lot of responsibilities that I will have to execute. I cannot live an animalistic life and die as an animal, because they also live, they also eat, they also excrete, they also mate, they also reproduce. You also do the same thing. What is the difference? The only difference is this academic program, what you are learning. We can learn, we can understand, we can do a lot of good things which can help the society. We will have to build the entire world, not only for us, even for the micro and all animals and living organisms who are living in this planet. Together, everybody achieves more. The goal is set. But what happens, for whatever reason, when you come to plus 2, you don't see yourself there. We will try to understand few hurdles and then we will come back to our goal settings. For those of you who are in graduates, when you saw your plus 2 results, deep inside when you looked at it, you told, "Nin real hard work madididre, if you would have really put the hard work, if you would have really followed your teachers, I think you would have seen yourself on the top of the list." Nothing, don't worry. Next result, I'm going to see myself on the top of the results. The goal is set. As the goal is set, your subconscious mind is so powerful, it starts planning also. It does a beautiful planning for 10th standard result watchers and again for plus 2 result watchers. What is the planning? I think every day, I never used to get up early in the morning at 4. By getting up early in the morning at 4, I can make enough difference to the result. So year afterwards, I'll start getting up at 4. Declare. Every day I used to waste a lot of time during the lunch break. Year afterwards, from the next academic year when it starts, lunch break is not going to be a lunch break for me. It will be a brunch break. I will finish in 15 minutes and I'll focus on my studies. Every day, whatever the lessons that was done, I never used to come back on the same day and complete the revision. But this academic year, it is not going to be like that. Whatever the academic programs that is being done, the same day, I will write the notes. The same day evening, I'll prepare. For the next day, I'm already ready for the test. Planning is happening. Beautiful planning is happening. While you're planning, Krishna is involved. But when the execution comes, Krishna will be neutral. It is the fight between Arjuna and Duryodhana. For others, the God will be neutral. But when the plan has been made, God is there with you, Krishna is there with you, God is there with you. Then the choice is left between the devil and the angel, or in Hindi, it is between the Satan and the prophet. You can take it from that aspect. So the decision has to be executed by you, and God will be neutral. Arjuna and Duryodhana will have to fight. Arjuna is the positive mind of yours, Duryodhana is the negative mind of yours. And again you make one more plan. TV used to eat up a lot of my time. All my goals were not fulfilled only because of that idiot box TV. And one more, because of that small screen called as mobile, I will skip from this academic year all TV programs, all social media activities. Already decided. Plans are beautiful. Why? Krishna is helping you plan. He is actually preaching you Bhagavad Gita, which you don't know, and it automatically happens. All of you who would have done wrong, Bhagavad Gita comes, Bible comes, your mom also comes and says, "Malik, you are not supposed to smoke." It tells you, I'm not supposed to smoke, but Rajini sir also smokes. Vijay sir also smokes. Akshay was one person who was left out, who never used to eat pan. Now Akshay also eats tobacco, wage sappu. Why shouldn't I? See, the neutral person, it tells you, and immediately Arjuna will say, there are a lot of other people who did not. Dr. Rajkumar did not. Dr. Vishnuvardhan did not. Abdul Kalam sir did not. Sir M. Vishweswaraya did not. Quarrel is happening. Bhagavad Gita is being preached by Arjuna and Devil's Gita is being preached by Duryodhana. And there is a fight that is happening, and it is your choice which is going to decide whether you will achieve that goal or not. The goal is dependent on the choice what you make. Most of you decide on the goal, but the choices you are not making right, and you are expecting to go to actually Kashmir, but you will be traveling to Kanyakumari. The choice was made by you. You should ask this question, have I made the right choice? So there is Krishna who is again planning. You are looking at your second PUC result also, and you are telling, every Sunday I used to waste time. Year afterwards, none of the Sundays I am going to waste time. Sunday is going to be a much more serious studies day. And you start preparing. All this preparation is done. Now the execution has to happen. First day of school or first day of college. You get inside the classroom and the teacher explains, because it was a first class, she explains for 45 minutes and she says, next 15 minutes I'll give you a break because this is the first day of the class. You had already planned what? After the immediate completion of the first class, I'll start writing the notes. You pick up the pen and you're about to write. Immediately something deep inside says, I'm not asking you not to write. Who, Duryodhana? He says, you write in the next class. First class, leave it free. And you leave it free. And you get ready for the next class, and next class ma'am comes. Already you have attended the first class. Let me only take for half an hour for today because it is the first day. I don't want you to let you completely free, and you're free to do whatever you want. But my suggestion is prepare the notes right now. Most of you pick up the pen, you also pick up the pen, and when you're about to write, again the same thing happens. I'm not saying don't write. You can write it in the next class. When you start doing this next class and next class and next class, you're not quite happy with that. Because consistently doing the same activity, humans are not happy. They may maximum do it for 3 times. Immediately they will say, we will do like this. Second half I will do. Anyway, break time I am doing that lunch hour preparation, and then after that I will seriously follow. Lunch hour preparation will come. When the lunch hour preparation, you finish off your brunch within 10-15 minutes, you have 45 minutes left, and you could have actually written all the notes, completed all, but still you say, why today? Once for all, for tomorrow, I will start and I will do everything. And you push it to tomorrow. And when the tomorrow comes, you push it to again one more tomorrow. Tomorrow does not work. So what you do? Tomorrow is somehow not working for me. We'll do like this. I will push it to next Monday. Next Monday does not work, and slowly you start realizing Monday and me, we are not good friends. We know Monday blues. So what I will do, next month first, 100% I'll start seriously studying and I will achieve that goal which I have already set. And next month first comes, then you again push it to next month first, and you say next month first is not working. Anyway, New Year day will come before the exam, 2-3 months here and there. From then I will seriously start studying, and you make it a preparation. What is happening? The goal has been set. To make it happen, you are not making the right choices. You need not do miracles. I will give you a lot of examples where people have not done any magic, but magic has happened to them. Nobody has done any magic, magic has happened to them. He was thrown out of the compartment of the moving train. In South Africa, he had only 2 things in his mind. I will commit suicide, or I will chase these Britishers not only out of South Africa, even out of India. 2 thought process came. A dream was evolved, a goal was evolved, an aim was evolved. He saw a purpose for his life, a laksh was given. And then he says, come what may, I'm going to chase the Britishers out of India. Now how? How will it happen? How will I make it happen? Am I strong? Am I He-Man? Am I Iron Man? Am I Spider-Man? Am I Hulk? No, I am none of this. But what will be the tool that I am going to use? You need to understand the tools. I need to score this. I need to achieve this. What are the tools I am going to use? What are the karmas what I am going to do? What is that kelsa means? What is that work I am going to do? And how will I make it happen? He told, nothing doing, I'll make it happen, and my only tool is going to be ahimsa. And even today, when somebody says ahimsa, only one person comes in mind, that is Mahatma Gandhiji, because he had already decided, come what may. He went on telling to people, I'm going to chase the Britishers away, will you be with me, will you be with me? People ridiculed, they laughed at him. What are you talking about? You're going to chase the Britishers out of India, and that too with ahimsa? No, it's a stupid idea what you have. People ridiculed him. Your goals will be ridiculed. I want to achieve this, you will be ridiculed. First time in the 2020 team, when Dhoni was made the captain, which accidentally happened, still people ridiculed and told he's going to become the captain. He has no experience on his shoulder. The world is going to put hurdles. The world is going to talk so many things about it. But if you can stand still, hold on to that dream long enough, it is his responsibility to fulfill it. I'll give you certain examples how you can make it happen. Here was a school teacher who had come in an exchange program. What is an exchange program? We go to a foreign country just to understand their education system. Foreigners come to India to understand Indian education system. One such teacher who had visited us in a small educational exchange program, she saw the people who were suffering because this leprosy was a big bomb at that time. It was so difficult to manage, and there used to be deaths happening on every streets. And Calcutta, it was having a major death. And when she saw all this, she wanted to do something to those poor families because they could not afford the treatment also. That is when she decides, come what may, I am going to start free hospitals. When she went to the principal to give the resignation letter also, because whenever we set the goals, we always give two options. Second option. When she went to meet the principal, when the resignation letter was handed over to the principal looks at the resignation letter and says, ma'am, do you have at least a third pair of cloth? No sir, I only have a two pair of cloth. I knew it. Because everything you give out to the poor, I know that. You're a good lady. But everything agreed. How is that you are going to start free hospitals? Do you know, even to start a small clinic, it's going to cost you money, and you're going to start free hospitals and every poor person is going to be treated by you. Do you think this is an achievable dream? Your dream should be something when you say people should get disturbed, they should get shattered. Then it is a dream. When you say people say it is achievable, then it's not a dream. You're not trying to break open your comfort zone. You're trying to remain in your comfort zone. That is a mediocre life. Animals live that. You will have to live a life out of conviction. So your dream has to be tested, and you should experience failures. Why? Only when you experience multiple failures, ahead of that, a success is waiting. And if you are allergic to the word failure, then you will never see success. Because you should volunteer and test yourself and push you out of the comfort zone. And try to do something which others will say it is not at all possible. Then I shall do it. If they say it is possible, then I will change the goal. I'll make it a little more larger. That vision can make a chaiwala a prime minister. Every vision cannot make a chaiwala a prime minister. That vision, that goal can make a paper boy the greatest president of United States of America, Abraham Lincoln, because that thought process has to be there with you. Now, why should you dream? When you ask this question, why should you dream? Because dream is the one which can take an ordinary person and make him extraordinary. If a lawyer never thought I'm going to chase the Britishers out of India, the lawyer would have died as a lawyer, and we wouldn't know who is this Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. An ordinary man, an extraordinary dream, and he becomes the father of the nation, and the world calls him as father of nation. Why? The dream was extraordinary. An atheist, just like few of you naughty ones, you go up to a teacher not to take his blessings or not to actually learn his teachings. I want to pull the leg of my teacher. This was a boy who went up to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's ashram every now and then, and his only intention was, I am going to pull the leg of so-called Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And he was never a believer of God. Swami Vivekananda was never a believer of God. He went up to the ashram just to pull the leg of the trainer, and you know after that what happened? Miracle happened. We would have still remembered him as an atheist, but that man becomes Swami Vivekananda, and that was only because he had a goal. So you guys want to become very powerful, then have powerful goals. Any ordinary person who has an extraordinary dream and he keeps working towards the dream, and when the dream is achieved, he never remains ordinary, he becomes extraordinary. I can give you a lot of examples. We will come back to your academics. So what is happening there? When you actually want to start, your goal is set. For the goal, you know what are all the activities that you will have to do. You have written the plan, and according to the plan, when you are about to execute, one of the biggest hurdle which will not make it happen is starting trouble. Can you repeat after me? One of the biggest hurdle is starting trouble. The alarm rings early in the morning at 4 o'clock. You can immediately spring up from the bed, close the alarm, wash yourself, and sit for studies. When you religiously do it, how is that your percentage, whatever X it is, it will not improve by X plus 10%. Not at all possible to say that it will never improve. It is a fact. All of you know this. But will you get up early in the morning at 4 o'clock? You fix an alarm. How many of you go to bed telling your parents, Mama, Malik sir has told, the most dangerous place is the bed. All of you know where maximum deaths happen. It's not on the roads. It is not on, also because of corona. Maximum deaths in the world happens in so-called night bed. When you sleep, most of them do not wake up early in the morning. You can Google and research, and that is the most dangerous place. When you go to bed, you are actually entering the most dangerous place. But you are very confident. You will never tell your sister, Akka, if I don't get up, my asti is going to be yours. You're not going to tell her that. All my belongings, I've told Mama also, Papa also, you keep it. You will never say that, and you are not going to go to sleep. You go to sleep thinking few ladies will come in the dream. Few money will come in the dream. And KGF 2, Yash is not going to be the hero, I will be the hero. Every prediction is being done, and you go to sleep with an expectation that I'm going to get up early in the morning tomorrow. Again, we are coming to that goal. The origin of your problem is starting trouble. What happens? Alarm rings. As soon as the alarm rings, what should you do? You should spring up and start giving one prayer to God and tell, thank you for giving me one more day, oh God. Today is the day I'm going to make such a big difference. And yesterday and today you will find there will be a remarkable change in me. Make this day very fruitful, oh God. Thank you, and start. You don't do that. As soon as the alarm rings, you search for the alarm to do what is called as snooze. If the alarm is having life, he will go, he will get a meat knife and he will bring it here and chaka, 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 chaka. Because you only kept the alarm. Sometimes alarm can be physical, electronic, and even living thing also. Mama, I've decided I want to score more marks. Wake me up at 4 o'clock. Papa, wake me at 4 o'clock. Dad, I'm going to definitely get up tomorrow. Dad knows his son better than nobody else. And he again calls at 4 o'clock. Oh son, it's already time, will you get up? And even the mother also. Oh son, it is already time, will you get up? And 4 o'clock alarm has run. You again want to snooze. You shout, Mama, give me half an hour's time. You wake me up at 4:30. Mama knows at 4:30 also you won't get up. Again Mama calls at 4:30. What is happening? The first biggest hurdle is starting trouble. When you really want to start, you're not starting. That is the biggest hurdle. That is there in us also. Let me talk about teachers also. We want to give everything for the student. We want to do everything for the kids. If something has to be done for ourselves, we get into this again starting trouble. Health is important for us also. Get up at 4 o'clock and do yoga abhyasa? No. But if your daughter says, Mama, tomorrow I have an exam, you will have to drop me at 5 o'clock. Don't worry, I'll get up at 3 o'clock and I'll do everything's right. And nothing can stop you. You will wake up at 3. The breakfast is ready. You're ready. You will wake up your son. You will wake up your daughter. You see to it they get ready and then you go. Instead, your daughter is going to say, Mama, I don't have any entrance. I wanted you to go to yoga. Go. You will say, what yoga? I'll go from tomorrow. And you will sleep. Same thing is happening with us also. There is no age factor. When it comes to goals, when it comes to learning, we say till the last breath, the learning never stops. Till your last breath, the goal that you are going to set and achieve should not stop. That is called as life. You should have a goal for every day. Today when you open your eyes, it has to be set. Today I'm going to do all this. And I'm definitely going to do all this. A goal has to be set. We will talk about those terminologies, a short-term goal and a long-term goal. So the first hurdle is what is called as starting trouble. And the son has been woken up. No. Again the mom shouts, it's already 4:30, will you get up? Mama, 5:15, you wake me up, definitely I'll get up. You keep the geyser also ready. The geyser is already kept ready, and here is Mama again shouting, the geyser is kept ready, the breakfast is also ready, will you please get up? Now he shouts, Mama, give me 2 reasons why should I get up. mom gets so angry, she comes with a chapati making machine. And she's walking, and there is a big battalion which is following. Everybody comes, and here is a son. There is a big bed sheet that is being removed, and she hits him and she asks him to wake up. You want two reasons, I'll tell you. Reason number one, the gate key is also with you. Reason number two, they cannot start the assembly until and unless you go and stand there, because my son, you're not a school student now, you're the principal of the college. So attitude of goal setting and making it happen does not change where it frames. Ultimately, it is going to set your life. So what is happening when I have already set a goal? If I'm not going to make it happen, the goal is useless. If I have told I'm going to reduce myself, I'm already a family pack, I'll come back to flat tummy and then I'll go for 6-pack or 9-pack. But it does not just like that happen. I've set the goal. How will I make it happen? I define certain rules. I will stop oily products. And when you say I'm going to stop oily products, it has to be yes only. I'm going to stop sweets. It has to be yes. I'm going to stop non-veg. It has to be yes. I'm going to walk every day. It has to be yes. You go home. That day your uncle is coming from US. All your favorite dishes is kept. Oily products, non-veg, jamun, everything is scattered there. And you go there and you say, I really wanted to get slim. But instead of today, if I start from tomorrow, what difference will it make? And you push into tomorrow. So what is happening? That starting trouble is not stopping there. Every starting trouble, you're creating an illusion and you're fooling yourself by telling, I'm not saying I'm not going to study from today, I will study from tomorrow. So starting trouble is leading to what is called as procrastination. Procrastination means postponing things. None of you will never say, I don't want to do the homework. The homework is given, you will have to submit next Saturday. What should you do? Go today, write and finish it off. Your mind is free to study rest of the subjects. But will you do that? No. You go home today, postpone it to tomorrow. Starting trouble. And when tomorrow comes, you again postpone it to tomorrow. Again when tomorrow comes, you again postpone to tomorrow. When there is no tomorrow, you sit and write. But the purpose your teacher had given that assignment was so that when you write the record, you will understand it more, which will help you in the exam. But when you are writing in the last moment, your focus is not on understanding that is going to help you in the exam. The goal was set. I'll have to see my results up. But you finish the exam only with a goal, my teacher should not scold me in front of others. You are waiting, if one grandmother is there, let me kill her so that this assignment can be rescued. But you know, you have already killed 10 grandmothers. How can your mother and father have multiple mothers and fathers? Highly impossible. So you have already killed everybody, and you know the only way I will have to save my face is I'll have to write, I'll write and I'll submit. But the goal was actually changed. The goal was to improvise yourself in the exam. Now the goal was just to complete the exam. Like that, you are doing plenty of mistakes. The starting trouble is leading to procrastination, and procrastination will put you into a circular cycle. The same thing will continue. Starting trouble, procrastination. Again, new starting time, again procrastination. You will start living in this problem. And slowly when the first test result is declared, you look at the result and you say, I was expecting 90, I have got 80. I think 90 cannot come. 85 will be possible. You come down with the goal and you say 85 definitely. I'm talking about 80 to 90% people. 50 to 60% people, I was expecting above 60. Right now, the way the test marks is saying, I will get less than 50 only. But I will continue from tomorrow. And I will see to it, I'll achieve 60. You won't, because you have given January 1st as a deadline. So what happens? Again, the next test comes. When the next test comes, you see yourself and you say, 60 also will not be possible. 55 will 100% happen. You will come back to 55. Starting trouble, procrastination, living with the problem is leading to one more thing which you don't know, ultimately giving up. What you started doing, you started giving up on your goal and you started bringing the goal down and down and down. And finally, when you are at the preparatory level, you know, no, I think this year also I am not prepared as much as I could have prepared. If I get what I got last year, that itself is more than enough. And you set the goal right And you have done a biggest blunder because you guys don't believe in magic. This world is full of magic. And don't ever think everything and anything is happening because of you. No. Nothing is happening because of you. Everything is happening because of thy will. You cannot even wink your eye with your own strength. It is He who is helping you, and that energy is there right in you. When you say, who is helping me in my destination? He is the co-author. He is only authoring. But he can only become a co-author. He cannot make choice on behalf of you. He can only give you suggestions. Choices has to be made by you. When you make the choice, I want to see myself here, he said, Tatastu. The universe is like a magical genie. All the books write, what you believe in, you shall get. The magical genie every now and then comes up to you and he says, your wish is my command, master. What do you want from me? I wanted to see myself there. Beautiful. But slowly when you started believing that your progress is not right, your wish starts coming down. And again the same genie comes up to you every second and he's asking, your wish is my command, master. What do you want from me? I think 50% Bandru Saku last year there. And you will settle with that, and that is the percentage what you get. Your wish is my command, master. What do you want? That's the reason even at home, if there are some elderly people, they say always speak positive, because the moment you speak positive, the angels will come and they will say Tatastu, and it shall happen. The moment you speak negative, more of devils will come up to you and they will say Tatastu, and negative shall happen much more faster. So what does the rule book say? Irrespective of, in spite of whatever the situation is, I shall try to remain positive. And I will see to it my goal will never be changed for whatsoever reason. At no point of time, Mother Teresa told, I have a second option. The principal gives her an opportunity. I know you have a good intention, my good teacher, but I have a suggestion. I will hold on to this resignation letter. You please continue with whatever you are doing. If you feel you cannot, you can always come back to me. She says, sir, no, that way I will never be able to achieve. That way he will not support me. If I give an option telling I may or may not, I am confusing him. With this coin, she opens a small coin and she says, with this coin and ye on my side, everything is possible. Please accept the resignation letter. Mohandas got this idea many a time. Why am I actually struggling to chase these Britishers out of India? That too with ahimsa. Shall I give up? That thought process did come. But he told no. Till my last breath, I shall work towards it. And when you work till your last breath, miracles are going to happen. And slowly you will start seeing the world will actually do everything. It will turn around and it will see to it your dream shall be fulfilled. Your goal shall be fulfilled. Let me share a beautiful story so that it strongly sits in you. There was this King Martin Luther Jr. I'll be sharing that photograph shortly. He always, whenever he had an opportunity to stand in front of the audience or the public, and when he had to speak, he always told a day would come where America is going to witness no color discrimination. He always told. And once in Abraham Lincoln Hall, looking at the White House, he pointed at it and he told, my beloved friends, a day would come. This White House will witness no color discrimination. That means he made a statement telling that a day would come when a president of United States of America is going to be a black man or a brown man. When he told that, everybody ridiculed. When everybody ridiculed, he stood on it very strong. And he told a day will come and where his kids will experience, he told. He should have told, I will experience. There would have been a chance that you would have become the first black president of United States of America. When you set the dream, be very clear what exactly you are asking for. When you set your prayers, you should know exactly what you are asking for. If the lines are indifferent, it is not going to work. He had made it very clear that it may not happen during his lifetime. His sons will witness it, and that is what happened. After he died, one Kenya family boy, son, becomes the first black president of United States of America. And he again becomes for the second term. In US only 2 terms were there. Otherwise you would have continued for the third term. So what I am saying is, when your dream is so strong and you held on to it, hold on to it till your last breath, miracles are going to happen and it shall be fulfilled. I'll be sharing those photos in the coming slides. One more beautiful example is, there was this boy. As a boy, his craving to achieve something was so strong. Day by day, it became stronger and stronger. So some of you have such goals. Lata Mangeshkar one day did not say, I want to be a singer, and she became the great Lata Mangeshkar. No, right from the childhood you could see her intention, her inclination towards studies, towards singing was so strong that nothing under the sky could stop her from becoming a greatest singer. This boy, a short man, where the books always told a short man cannot become a good batsman, this was told to him again and again. But this boy, as a 7-year, 8-year, 10-year, 11-year-old, he was not shattered. He stood on to this belief, come what may, my goal is cricket, and I shall die with the cricket, and I shall live with the cricket. And nobody could stop. He became the greatest god batsman. We talk about Tendulkar. So you will never know, when you actually want something, the rest of the things would be given to the universe to reorganize itself. It is not your responsibility. But holding on to the dream is your responsibility. When Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi told we wanted freedom, holding on to that dream was his responsibility. Slowly the entire India followed him, and slowly the entire world followed him. There was no looking back. So whenever you see any great achievers, they became the greatest achiever because their goal was set and they did not give up on their goal, and they made it happen by taking few baby steps, only few baby steps. You're not going to move the mountains. Mountains will be moved by the universe. I'm talking about two personalities whom photograph I'll be sharing. There was this boy who lived at the foothills of this Himalayan mountain. When we say foothills of this Himalayan mountain, the only occupation they have is when the tourists come, they will have to help them. And yacht gazing is one more profession. He always watched this Mount Everest, and he always had a dream, I want to go up on this Mount Everest. Not to get his name imprinted in social media, nothing like this. He had a dream, one day I will have to be on the top of that mountain. Every time he used to tell to his mother always scolded him because there was danger when you actually had to climb the mountains. It's not the normal mountains. There it is minus degrees. Every time he told that, the mother used to scold him and say, next time you talk about mountain climbing, your uncles have died because of that, I'll break your legs. But his determination of achieving that day by day became very, very stronger. Even in your academics, there are some of you, your determination to achieve that becomes so strong that 4 o'clock will never be a timeline for you. A day would come where you will get up at 3 o'clock and say, everything is fine, let me start studying. And a day would come, you will get up at 2 o'clock also, and you will never feel, because goal is not something that you actually set with your eyes open. Goal is something that will never allow your eyes to be closed. Or goal is not that which you get when you close your eyes. Goal is something which will never allow you to close your eyes. Beautifully told by Abdul Kalam ji. We will speak about those aspects also. Now coming back to this boy. Once, when he was being addressed by the Dalai Lama visits all the villages there, and as he was addressing a group of people, all the villagers were sitting facing Dalai Lama. There was this boy who was facing the other side, because our mother never even allowed him to watch Mount Everest. Forget going there and climbing. So as he was watching, people do get distracted. The person who is on the dais, there is everybody else who is showing their face, and one person is showing his ass. It makes them feel so uncomfortable. After the complete talk, he went up to the boy and he told, it's so amazing the way you're watching that Mount Everest. What is that you want to achieve, my son? And he told, Guruji, I want to be on the top of that Mount Everest. But Guruji, my mom scolds. Dalai Lama says, hold on to that dream, son. I strongly feel you will achieve not once, multiple times. He stood to this so carefully, and he did not give up. Every time he started growing, Mount Everest dream became more and more stronger and stronger and stronger. After 10-15 years, he was one of an healthy built man who could help the tourists to carry their luggage to a certain point. So it was Tenzing Norgay, what I am talking about, there was this Hillary Clinton from New Zealand who wanted to climb Mount Everest, and he had made many such attempts, and all the attempts were failure. But one last attempt he wanted to do. He comes up from the other side of the world to the foothills of Himalayan mountain, and when there was an agency which allows them to pick up strong boys who can help them to carry the luggage, he picks up Tenzing Norgay and they start climbing, and you know the rest was history. And for the first time, Tenzing Norgay and Hillary Clinton, they achieved that. So what I mean to say is, when you actually have a goal so strong, and if you will just hold on to it long enough, it is not your responsibility to fulfill it, it is the universe's responsibility to fulfill it. You will have to take few baby steps. I have decided to get up early in the morning at 4 o'clock. I'll start religiously doing it. I have decided not to watch TV because that will be a time waster. If you have decided, you continue to do it, and definitely a time would come when you will start seeing results are pouring in. In the first test, what you used to score, you have scored 5% better than that. In the second test, because of the more and more hard work that you are putting in, you have become 75%. 5% more. In the next test, 5% more. And slowly in the final result, you will definitely achieve what you wanted to achieve. This is how you can make it happen. There are certain basic rules when we talk about dreams, when we talk about goals. Academic goals is one thing which is beautiful. See, academic goals is important, but along with academic goals, you should have a dream of your life. When you don't have that goal, right now when I ask you, you should have a goal, I'll be giving you 2 minutes. You can open your paper and you will have to write 3 important goals of your life. Open your paper, copy, book. Ready, steady, go. 10, 9, 8. No, you need not go out. You can always remember the goals here only. Come. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your pencils. Drop your pencils. By this time, if you have not written your goal, you have not yet set your goal. The moment it comes, it should come naturally. Who will be the first participant? It should come naturally. Who is going to captain the first 2020 team? It was just a choice given. When I say goal is something which does not come after you think for a while. It has to be spontaneous. It has to be spontaneous. Are you an Indian? No. Who is your mother? No, that's a vague example. As bad as that. Let me share this beautiful story and you will set things right. Or else you can scold whatever you want to scold. I was in my final year engineering. It was a beautiful story. It was my own experience. My HOD, sometimes we are blessed because we will have certain teachers who will teach you life lessons, not standing on the dais and explaining. They will actually make it happen to you, and one such experience I am sharing. It's a beautiful experience. He came one day and he asked us about goal settings. None of us answered. He wanted to come again and tell something. But before that, we had a small assignment. What was the assignment? We had to be one particular vertical, any enterprise, from morning till evening and experience that. So there were a lot of things given in the list. One of what was being a conductor for a day. I always loved one conductor who was a very ordinary black man who became a superstar. I'm talking about Rajni sir. So because of that, I was crazy enough. I wanted to actually experience that, and my group of 3 friends, we all decided we are going to take up that vertical and we are going to be a conductor for a day, experiencing what happens in a life of a conductor for one full day in the bus. And we choose the same bus route also. I stay in Wilson Garden, very close to Nimans, one of the best neuro center in Asia. So there, the bus route was from Majestic to Kormangla, and that was the route which Rajni sir also followed. So the HOD gave us an opportunity. You could choose any bus route, but previous day they asked us to go to the conductor, talk to him and come back. We were good students, academic students. Good students means we can by heart anything, go in the exam, vomit everything. Again, by heart everything, go to the exam, vomit everything. That doesn't mean you're good students. Okay, that is one of the qualities of a good student. That is not the only quality of a good student. So I thought that is one of the greatest quality what I had. And we went up to the conductor. The conductor told so many stops are there for what we call it as a senior citizen, the cost is different. For full ticket, the cost is different. For half ticket, the cost is different. For which stop, what is the cost? We had by-hearted it. Again, we had to vomit on one of the Sunday when we actually be a conductor for a day. We went there, we were sitting there. The HOD also came on that day because he wanted to see how we are going to do it. So once this HOD came, HOD told all the best. And we thought, what else is there being a conductor? We will have to just ask, where do you want to go? He will tell where, I'll have to take the money, give the ticket. It's an easy task. So the conductor also wished me all the best. And he left, giving me the vision. We were 3 of us. I took up the first turn because I was good in more vomiting. They were little less good in vomiting because they could not buy at more things. They could buy at less things, they could vomit less things. I could buy at more things, I could vomit more things. So I was given the first preference and I told I am going to be the first. So I blew the whistle. The driver looked back and he told, all the best. See, all the best means we understand. That means ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತ. All the best means ಮಗ ಏನೋ ಕಾದಿದೆ ಬಿಸಿ. So कुछ होने वाला है, ready रहो. Conductor बनना उतना easy नहीं है. That is what he meant. I told, what is there in becoming a conductor? It's such an easy task. I also told, thank you. When he said thank you means I will handle it. When he says thank you, I will handle it. And he was also very clear. Again he turned back and he smiled and he told all the best. Somehow that was bothering me, but I wanted to show the driver I am an expert in this. I went up to the first person and readily waiting with the bag because it was chipped there. I asked him, where do you want to go? He immediately told double road. The speed at which I picked up his note, he was not ready to give. I picked it up, I put it inside, I gave him the ticket and I gave him the change. I looked at the driver and the driver looked back and he again told all the best. He told either something else is going to happen. But it did not matter me anything because I was comfortable there. I went up to the next. And asked him, where do you want to go? And he told, I wanted to go to market. Then I told, Anna, if you have to go to the market, this is not the bus. You do like this, you get down, there is another bus, you catch that bus. I thought I have done a good thing. I looked at the driver was not happy. He was still telling me something is going to happen. And I made him, because most of us do the same thing. We don't know where we want to go, we get into the bus and we keep on going. When people ask, where do you want to go, we tell. I also had that experience. After the first stop, one more gets up. And he says, Sir, Yeshwantpur Kodi. Sir, ಇದು ಯಶವಂತಪುರ ಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸರ್ ಬಟ್ ಯಶವಂತಪುರಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಯಶವಂತಪುರಕ್ಕೇನೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇಳಿದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಬಸ್ ಹಿಡಿದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು you will have to go. I gave him an advice. I was happy. And I told I can handle all kinds of situations. And then I went to the next. One was a pass. I looked at the pass. I could identify the validity of the pass. Everything was going smooth. But after every 10 passengers, I was supposed to hand over the turn to my friend. But 10th was fine. 11th, I was not ready to give it to my friend. I told we will have 12, 12, 12. Why 12, 12, 12? 11th one was one of the college girl. Neatly dressed. So beautiful. At this age, no. At that age, it's natural. We just wanted to talk. I just wanted to offer her a ticket. That's all. So I told no. After 12, we will change. Because I vomit more, they agreed. So now, I wanted to set an impression. So what I did, I was getting ready with the bag, everything. And I went up to her and I told, ma'am, where do you want to go? She told me something for which I did not know where I was. It was like धरती दो भाग होके मैं मुझे निगल गया विसे ना. What do you think she would have told, for which I was shattered? I did not have any answer. Bhaiya, we will accept, na? See, we can be husband of only one only. Rest will be bhaiya. There are more beautiful ones. No, that wouldn't have. Anything else? Uncle also wouldn't have minded. We would have considered as status quo. That also wouldn't have offended. Okay, let me not take much time because I have limited time. When I told ma'am, where do you want to go? She told, I don't know where I want to go. Give me wherever you want. A conductor will not be ready for this. A conductor will be ready for any of the stops which is going to be available from this particular bus. You say New York, I cannot take you to New York here. And she, at least says New York, I can give her some advice. And I gave her some suggestions. Shall I give you a last stop? I really don't know. Give me wherever you want. What do you feel like? For me also, Amma, Appa, Akka, everything was coming. HOD was there. HOD was watching me, so I kept everything inside. I'm good in vomiting. Bad or good, everything, we can always do it perfectly. But what to do? I was in an helpless state for the first time. Driver looked back at me and he saw my face which was smiley like this. It had become this way. And I thought, I asked my friends, you take. They told no, complete E and one more person also. Because both were college students, they had come together. Now I thought maybe because I asked in English all this is happening. So I went up to her and I told, Akka, Akka, ya stop, Akka, I told her. Then she again told, sir, gottilla sir. Yell ಬೇಕು ನೀವು ಕೊಡಿ ಸರ್. ಅಕ್ಕ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. I wanted to take her judge bitu. I wanted to, all of you feel like you wanted to do that. I mean, if you are a Tamilian, all the Tamil words you are ready to vomit. Only HODs will be watching you. Telugu means all the Telugu words you are ready to vomit, but you are holding on to it. When it is coming and when you are holding, it is very, very difficult. Okay, now I went up to the next person. I told, sir, please, where do you both of you want to go? You did not hear her tell. We don't know where we want to go. All of a sudden, the bus stopped. It was double road. One elderly person got onto the bus, and along with him was a 18-year-old youth. Means he was elderly, but he was still behaving like a child, holding his mouth. He was shaking. I could make out he would have come for some counseling. I respectfully brought him, allowed him to sit. Even before he could ask, I gave him the ticket of Nimans. And exactly with all this confusions, the Nimans bus stop came and the bus stopped. The driver for the first time, he looked at me and said, oh, Mallikarjun sir. Yes sir, I told. Our Ibro, ade elderly person, aurna ilisbidi, ade Romeo Juliet idaralla. Aurgu ille ilisbidi, alli hogi barli. Now is the understanding. All of you have scolded in your languages for that boy and a girl. You have scolded all the bad words. Now, for a simple journey of 45 minutes, which starts from Majestic and it will go up to Kormangla, if a person has not decided where he wants to go, you want to call him all sorts of things. For the academic 3 years of degree, what you do, for the plus 2, 24 months of journey, what you do, and for the life which you will have to compulsorily live for 75 years, you are in the journey and God is coming like a conductor in different forms and he is asking, where do you want to go? And you don't have answers. What should I tell you? Serious thought? You called him fool, you called him X, you called him Y, you called him Z, and you are not dumb heads. You are educated lot. 5th standard was called as literacy. Before 5th, it was called as illiteracy. From there till today, all of you are already completed your 12th, and most of you, when I tell you, write down your 3 goals, you have not yet decided. Do you think you will have to blame him? Gandhiji had already decided. We need freedom, we will get the freedom. Modiji had already decided, I want to help enough people. From a chaiwala, he becomes a prime minister. Your goals has to be set right, or else you will actually live like a chaiwala and die like a chaiwala. It may be a story, but it will exactly tell you how it makes all the changes. I told you a chaiwala becomes a prime minister, all of you are impressed. You go home and you talk to your mom and dad and say, Mama, Papa, today one person had come from Deccan and even our teachers were attending the class. Maybe he told something very serious that chaiwala became prime minister. Papa, I have an idea. Why don't we book one chai wala now only? In future, we don't know. So what we do, you and your family members and Adhe Tara one Moor Nalak family members, all of you will come. You come to the metro. You enter the metro and say, sir, in chai wala sell siktare. Where do I find a chai walas? And he says, chai walas illi rodilla. You go to railway station. Controlment railway station. So some railway station, because he had to say it's not metro, it's a railway station. They pick up a Ola, they book an Ola, and all of them rush. They can't say in future we want to give alliance, so we are calling chai walas. They can't say that. What they told, we have one small gift which we'll have to give it to all chai walas. So we wanted you to call all chai walas. A person makes an announcement in the mic. All chai walas are requested to assemble in whatever that station number and compartment, whatever that platform number 23. All of them come. You are wondering, you thought a chai wala will become a prime minister. One old tata is also walking. One young youth also is walking. One chai wala boy is also walking. One chai wala adult is also walking. And they are standing in one line. And you were thinking a chai wala will become a prime minister. And then here you are surprised and that person says, how many of you are there? They wanted to know whether everybody is there. How many of us are there? He says only 40 are there. There should be 42 now. 2 of them died yesterday because of old age. All your confusions have gone to a toss because you thought a chai wala will become a prime minister. You have come to give the greetings and say, in case if you become that, I want to become this. You understood what I meant. But a chai wala will die a chai wala if he is not going to make beautiful expansion happen. If you are not going to live a humanistic life, if you start living an animalistic life, a chai wala will die as a chai wala. If you want your chai wala to be promoted to what is called as humongous expectations and career growth, you will have to start expanding your comfort zone. You are sitting in a comfort zone, expand it. Sitting there is a comfort zone, expand it, come here and take an opportunity to speak. Expand it. Yesterday I have prepared 1 lesson, expand it. Today I will have to prepare 2 lessons. So when I set a goal, introspection has to be done every day. No third person is going to come and introspect you. On a daily basis, before you go to bed, you will have to close your eyes, you will have to kneel down, or you will have to sit comfortably. Close your eyes and ask yourself this question: what did I do today to achieve my goals? What did I exactly do today to achieve my goals? You close your eyes and do an introspection from the time you woke up in the morning. You start introspecting. I woke up exactly at the time and the alarm rang. Beautiful. After that, I started studying. Beautiful. I did meditation for 10 minutes. Beautiful. I started to go to bath on time. Beautiful. I finished breakfast on time. Beautiful. After that, I picked up my bag and I went to the school or a college bus on time. Beautiful. So you introspect your entire day. Wherever you have done beautifully, you actually appreciate yourself, praise yourself. Wherever you have not done properly, slap yourself. Today what I did in the class was not right. The teacher got angry. Directly or indirectly, it was my responsibility. I will first think what I will do. Tomorrow I will go and I will cut a sorry. Because one teacher feels bad, it is going to become a biggest curse of your life. Always remember, it has been taught and it has been again told to us, miraculous things will happen when you look at the Dronacharya as a Dronacharya. And that is the reason all great inventions have happened then, not now. People would be relishing what is called as technology. But that zero was given by our ancestors, where a teacher was looked up to in a different divine manner. And that look up to, when you follow, miracles are going to be possible. Vedic mathematics, it was because we looked up a teacher like that. Zero was given by Aryabhatta because Aryabhatta looked at his teacher like that. What personality development classes we are talking about here? Goal settings. Maybe there is one foreign author which I am going to speak about. He gave the latest things about goal setting, but let me tell you, the extract is directly from Bhagavad Gita and the extract is directly from the Chanakya Niti. Goal setting has to be understood like Chanakya. What does Chanakya do? He fights with his friend. That is not important. When his friend says, I am an emperor, do you know who qualifies to become an emperor? He says, anybody. I can bring a road slum boy and make him a better emperor than you. He challenges, a goal has been set. Goal should be set like that, where you say, I will not actually tie my knot until and unless I am successful. That is called as a goal. You should set your goal right. And when you set your goal right, the goal should be visible to you day in, day out. Come what may, it should be bombarding you. It should be self-pepping you and saying, you cannot give up, you cannot give up, you cannot give up. And miracles happen. A street boy was playing, becomes the greatest Chakravarti. And that was possible. That is what we say, goal settings, and make it happen. Aryabhatta 0 was given. That was a goal. And we called earth gold only. One of the avatara, we always say the earth was lifted, which was round in shape. Never in our epics 10,000, 20,000 years ago that one of the avatar of Vishnu as a pig and some other animal is lifting the earth. Earth was not square. We had written it goal. But all that happened because the teacher was looked up to with lot of respect. Again, I'm telling you, all the successful people who have become successful, ask them one thing. Who was responsible? Everybody says, it was my teacher. Lata Mangeshkar says, it was my teacher who taught me this. The shuttlecock player, it was my coach, my teacher. I looked up to him like a god. When you talk about Tendulkar, it was my teacher. So that goal what you have set, if it has to become materialistic, first share your goal with your teacher and get her blessings. Share your goal with your friends, get their wishes. Share your goal with your teachers, share your goal with your friends, share your goal with your enemies, share your goal with your neighbors, share your goal with your family members, share your goal so that the goal should be known to everybody. And when it is known to everybody, they will work as a charger. They will keep charging you when you are down. They will consistently keep charging you when you are down, and definitely your goal should be fulfilled. We will look at little bit of technical aspects because you will have to carry on these the technical aspects also. So I will be sharing a PPT also with you. See, one of the greatest writer who has spoken about the goal setting is definitely Brian Tracy. So we'll be speaking on this man. He was one of the famous writer who spoke about goal settings. So he also speaks on these terminologies, guidelines for writing down the goal. See, goal should be something where you should be able to see it every now and then. Something which you want to forget should not be visible to you at all. Let me give you a simple example to understand it better. One of your, I will take a dog because I don't want to kill again grandmothers. One of your pet dog died. It was so pet and you loved it so much. You cannot live without him. That is how the pet dog was for you. You get into depression because the dog is no more. You get into such kind of a depression, and when you go to the counselor, when you go to the doctor, the psychologist says, you take him to a new place where he will never have any kind of visuals which will speak about dogs. So that slowly you will forget. It could be any loved ones. But something which you want to forget should not be visible anywhere close to you, and that word should not be heard anywhere from your ears. It should not be seen, it should not be sensed, and you should not taste it, you should not feel it. But something which is your goal, it should come from all 5 sensory organs every microsecond. You should place your dreams like that. So that is the reason we say when you write down your goals, when you write, all your 5 sensory organs will have to act when you write. That is the reason we say write your goal. When you see something is beautiful, you understand what the teacher says. I'm not saying no. When you hear something, you will definitely understand. I'm not saying no. But when you write it, the emotions will be involving all 5 sensory organs. You will feel the goal when you're writing. You will express the goal to your every part of yourself when you're writing, and that can make miracles. That is the reason we say whenever it comes to studies, there are 3 kinds of studies. We call it as a visual study, people who see and understand. There is audio, people who can actually hear and understand. There is kinesthetic, we call it as. For those people, they will have to feel it, they will have to write it. I am such a person, I'll have to write. Only then it goes into my memory and it is there perfectly available. Anytime I want, I can recollect and I can always write it. So, you should write your goal clearly so that it is visible to you and it is visible to your surroundings also. So that way, you will have to write them in the present tense. You should always write as though it is happening. Most of the time, you don't believe in yourself. God has a belief. Most of the time, you don't believe God is there in you. Will it be possible? How was it possible yesterday? Did you do it? I don't know whether I did it, but I really hit the runs and it was such a beautiful experience. Today also same thing will happen. Most of the time your goal is given up because you forget He is there in you. And you think everything is happening because of you. That ego, when you get into, you will fall flat. You will enter into such a big fall, you can never wake up again. Never forget this. Don't get into ego. So what we say, write them in the present tense, write them in a positive sense, as though everything is happening. Before I could actually come here and be a part of this, I was sitting there and I was visualizing as though everything has gone right and people are clapping for me and the class went on so superb. You will have to visualize that positiveness. Let there be positive vibes that should come from the entire place. I should start feeling it, I should start experiencing it, I should start visualizing it. Why we say it, all great miraculous things first happens in one place and then it happens in reality. Where is that one place? It happens in the mind first and then it happens in reality. A beautiful story for you to understand this. All of you know Walt Disney. He was just a driver, but his dream was big. The way he used to dream, you cannot imagine the Mickey Mouse. The mouse which can do so many wonders, you will be still wondering how could anybody imagine the mouse which we used to hate. Black mouse you hate, but you feel like going away. Today you love Mickey Mouse and kids say, I want Mickey Mouse theme for my birthday. That is how love was brought in. That was Walt Disney. The first amusement park, when it was done, it was really a wonder of the world. You should have experienced it. People loved it so much, and it did not stop there. Walt Disney was already designing the second Disneyland too. But before it could get completed, Walt Disney gets into some misery and he passes away. But his conviction of completing the work on time and starting the inauguration on time had to be kept up by his subordinates. So they inaugurate the Disneyland 2 exactly the same time and same date which was earlier fixed. All the press walks in and they experience the entire world. Evening, it was a press meet. In the press meet, one of the relative of Walt Disney was sitting. One of the reporters says, Sir, I have a question. Sir, you feel your cousin has he missed this wonder experience because he died last week? He says, what do you think? He has missed this wonder experience? My dear good friend, if he wouldn't have experienced this in his dream, today it wouldn't have become a reality. So you should sit there and visualize and say, I want to see my name come there. I want my teacher to call my name when she is picking up an answer sheet and I should be that first person. Yes, for that what all activities needs to be done, we will do. Write them in the present tense. And write them in a personal tense as though I have achieved it. It should be like I have done it. Somebody else has done it. No. It should always be done in the present tense, in the positive sense, and as a personal tense, as though I stood there, I was smiling, and people clapped for me. That kind of a personal tense has to be experienced. Only then that can become a reality. That is real prayers. When somebody told, I'll give you, assume you have got 10 crore rupees. How can I assume 10 crore rupees? I have never got even 1 lakh. Some of us are not ready to assume also that we have got 10 crores of rupees. So you will have to build your mind first in order to make this happen. There are few steps. When we talk about the goal, there are two kinds of goal. We call it as a short-term goal and a long-term goal. Short-term goal could be something which is within a reach of 3 years to 1 year, 6 months, 1 month, a day, and sometimes within an hour also. Short-term goals have to be set. And you will have to structure your goal as a question so that it becomes an achievable for you to get for an answer. How should be always your question? I want to achieve this, how? I don't want to achieve this, what excuse? See, there are two kinds of wombs. Whenever we talk about goal settings, we say there are two kinds of womb, mother's womb. One is willingness, one more is non-willingness. When I say tomorrow all of you will have to come at 4, Because we will have International Day of Yoga, you'll have to get up at 4 and come here by 5. Sir, yesterday evening also it was raining, tomorrow morning also it is raining. That means your womb right now is non-willingness. Forget, you cannot be a part of this. Go. There is another team. Tomorrow you will have to come not at 4, at 3. We shall come, sir. Why? They have a willingness to come. When you have a willingness to come, solutions will be born. Will you give solution? No. He will give solution because you have decided I want to do. When you have decided I want to do, it is not your responsibility. It is the universe's responsibility to give you solutions. When you cannot do, it is your own responsibility to give excuse. You will give 101 excuse. When I woke up, something happened. The rain was drizzling. Lot of excuses can be given. So when we talk about our goal settings also, we talk about identify your limiting step. We also ask you to do a SWOT analysis. Whenever you set a goal, whenever you set a job, let me put it like this, an event needs to be organized in your college. Okay, the goal has been set. The date has been set, time has been set, activities has been set. Now people will have to take responsibilities, that means goals. They will have to set goals for this particular event and they will have to execute it. So there we get willingness and non-willingness. Non-willingness, please don't put them here also. They will be a virus. Remove them, and those who are willingness we will take and let them do a SWOT analysis. I am a good singer and I am expecting to become a good batsman. Lata Mangeshkar ji, एक दिन के लिए तेंदुलकर बन के दिखाओ. नहीं, not possible है. तेंदुलकर जी, एक दिन के लिए लता मंगेशकर बन के दिखाओ. Not possible है. SWOT analysis करो. Get into a counseling, because sometimes when you decide on a goal, miracles shall happen. But miracles should be seen in you right at that age. All the batsmen who have become great batsmen, all the cricketers who have become great cricketers, all the singers who have become great singers, all the academic students who have become great academic students, 95% of them have shown the symptoms of SWOT analysis, which very clearly says he has that quality. Tendulkar had that quality, so the mother told, your actually determination and your hard working towards cricket is so much that I don't mind when you say you don't want to write your 10th exam. It's fine. You hold the bat, but you are not a great player. When you are not a great player, you are just holding on to the bat and you have not even participated and selected for a class team, and you are expecting एक दिन मैं तेंदुलकर बन के दिखाऊंगा, मम्मा मैं इस बार SSLC एग्जाम नहीं लिखूंगा. No, it's not going to be possible. Do a SWOT analysis. What is my strength? What is my weaknesses? Do I have the strength to work on it? If I don't have, can I do? Look at building up my strength, skills. SWOT analysis has to be done. Strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Within you, what are those? Something which I can't do, can I assign it to somebody else? Can I dedicate the work to somebody else? That also can be done. A small SWOT analysis has been done. Prepare in advance, reward yourself. That's the reason we say introspection is very important. You will have to stop sometime when you're walking and ask the conductor, does this bus go to this particular place, before getting in only. It is good. Do a SWOT analysis. Am I in the right path? I had a target of 95. In the first test I have got 95. That means I am in the right path. In small quantity of exams, among the small quantity syllabus, when an exam is given, when you can't score 95, with this large syllabus, you definitely cannot score 95. So set your SWOT analysis right. Small goals. Whenever you decide on a big goal, that big goal can be cut into small goals, and see whether you are achieving the small goals. First test, second test, first term, second term, preparatory. If you have achieved consistently here, then only they will allow you to play Olympics. नो सर, मैं डायरेक्ट ओलंपिक्स में भागूंगा और 10 सेकंड में पूरा करूंगा. अभी आपका सेकंड कितना है? 25 सेकंड्स है सर. Who will take you? Nobody will take you because you are not eligible. So get into a counselor and let her do a counseling and you will know. This is one beautiful story which we always wanted to share. See, Monty Roberts is a beautiful story about dreams. Why I don't say goal? Goal is different, dream is different. I'll explain you practically that. When we talk about this Monty Roberts, he was a son of a horse caretaker. You know horse caretaker, who cleans the horse, who gives him a bath, who has to take complete responsibility of the horse. It is like a pet for him. So he used to live in an horse ranch, And this horse ranch is seasonal. That means the game of horse race was seasonal. In one season it used to be in one place, in one more season it had to go to a new place. So this person as a boy, he always had to change school every 6 months. At least changing school every year was fine. He had one full year of friends. Every time changing the school, he felt so horribly bad. He always went up to his father and told, Papa, why should I leave the school every 6 months? If you don't want to leave every 6 months school, beta, you should own your own horse ranch. Immediately as a boy, he told, small boy, Papa, I will have my own horse ranch. Most of the time you say, no? Papa, I will have my own horse ranch. After 1 year, Papa, I will have my own horse ranch. Then every 6 months we need not go. Papa, you can also stay in one place only. And Papa, my horse ranch won't be so small like this. That horse ranch is there last season where we were. It will be much more bigger than that. His dream was very clear. He exactly knew where he is going to put what all. And that dream was very strong in him. One day when he was in a college days, one of a PD trainer, he took up a class and they asked them to write dream chart. You should also write a dream chart. A framed dream chart should be written, your ultimate goal and how you want to achieve it. Just the goal has to be written. He writes a beautiful diagram of a 25-acre horse ranch where he puts a school inside and he says every person who is working here will study in this school only. And everything is so neatly organized, and he goes up to the teacher and hands it over to him, and then he goes off. Next day everybody is given A, B, and this person is not even given C, and even he is not even returned the paper. He's been called personally, and without helplessness, Monty Roberts goes up to the teacher and he says, ma'am, you asked me to come, what happened to my dream chart? Monty, yes ma'am, I think your dream is not realistic. Sometimes your parents only becomes your dream stealers, because their vision of how they see and your vision of how you see will be completely different. Sometimes with their perspective, out of love, they think you cannot. Abdul Kalam's parents still don't know how his son became a greatest astronaut. It is still surprising for them. And many of the brothers of cousins of Narendra Modi, they still don't know how this Chaiwala boy became a prime minister. The world is admiring him as one of the greatest leaders. How is it even possible? Because they would be looking the entire world and they would be looking at the goal from their vision, which is not right. And here the teacher told, this is not a realistic dream. To own a horse ranch, it is going to be so costly. You cannot even dream of it. She says you are not supposed to dream of it also. You go change your dream and come instead of F, A, B, C, D, E, F, I will give you B or C. Then he says, ma'am, you give me a day's time. He comes back home. He goes up to his father, Papa, there was a dream chart to be written and I wrote my dream chart and the teacher did not accept it. Father was not intentionally trying to answer him using some kind of a technicality. He just casually told, if it is your dream, you should not give up for anything. So next day he goes up to the teacher and he says, ma'am, I will hold on to this chart and that F also I will hold on. Please excuse me, and he just leaves. And after a few years, the same teacher is being addressed by him and the dream chart was placed there and the teacher comes up to him and he says, Monty, you were the only student who stood up to his dream and you have achieved it. And Monty owns at least 3 to 4 such ranches. So you can read his autobiography. When we talk about Dhirubhai Ambani also, he was one of the poor family member. That means he was born in such a poor family, 3 days meal was a luxury for them. One of the days, and most of the days, when the mother had to complete the dinner without having anything, because one of them used to ask for something. When the food was served in the evening, it was divided into 3 parts. One part was given to him and the other part was given to her 3 children. So that everybody gets, and later on the mother is going to have. Most of the time it used to happen that after a child has taken this part, used to wait and say, Mama, I'm still feeling hungry. And Mama used to pick up her food and then give it to him. One such day what happens, the younger son is not keeping well and Dhirubhai is just a second one. When the food is already served, because the younger son is not keeping well, mother knew that younger son wanted a little more because he's not well. She holds on to her meals without having, and she waits for him to complete. After he completes, mother only asks, "You want little more?" "Ha, mama." And when she is about to share her food onto him, he says, "Mama, I don't want yours. I don't want yours. I want food, but I don't want yours. Give me." Mother is in a helpless state. There is nothing in the kitchen. Everything is empty. She is in such an helpless state. Tears is rolling out of her eyes. And at that moment, I don't know what happened to this young boy. He just went up to his mom and said, "Enough of doing. I'm going to earn crores and crores of rupees so that we will never have to starve any day." One of his brothers says, "Bhaiya, crores and crores of baat kar rahe ho. Have you seen 100 rupees note?" No. But crores and crores. His mother strokes him on his head and he says, "Hold on to the dream, son. Hold on to the dream." And that becomes a reality. We are talking about Dhirubhai Ambani. See, when we talk about a goal, let us understand what is the difference between a goal and a dream. When we say goal, it is technically putting the dream. I already have a dream. Gandhiji had a dream. Mother Teresa had a dream. So they became what they became. So when I have a goal equals I have a dream. For that dream, I will put the action steps and I will also define a target date. Without target date, it becomes useless. I have my friend, he's still trying to achieve his goal. We were from the same engineering college. He was little hanky-panky guy, and whenever we used to meet him, casually what we used to ask after engineering, next achievement is marriage only. Are you married? He says, "No, I'm looking for a perfect wife." And after 2-3 years, again I met him. "Are you married?" No, I'm still looking for a perfect wife. After 40 years, I met him and I am still asking, "Are you still looking for a perfect wife?" He says, "Yes." And then after 50 years, I'm just going, I think I'm 49 now. When I reach 50, I will go and meet him and I will ask him, "Are you married?" "No, I'm still looking." No, I'm not looking for a perfect wife. He will say, "I got a perfect wife. She felt I'm not a perfect husband." So, at 50, if you get married, what is the use? SSLC 20 attempts ke baad I will pass. What is the use? So, there has to be a target date. When we say smart goals have to be time bound. I will have to achieve by this time only. Let them give 2 years for engineering. Let them give 2 years for BCom. I will also score distinction. Then it is not called as distinction. It is called something else. So your dream has to be like that. Always remember, why should I dream? When I say I will have to dream, see, human life is such a sacred life and we are capable of doing miraculous things. There is a BMW engine running in us and which is capable of running at such a faster pace, nobody can even imagine. But what we are doing, we have tied up a bullock cart and we are saying, "Jao," and we are pushing it. The road, you are not laid the road only. You will have to lay the road and have a goal because BMW can zoom out. But what happens? Because the roads are bad, your BMW is actually tied to a bullock cart and then it is trying to pull. It should not be like that. We are the BMW M7 series and you don't have designed the road to drive and the goal to where you will have to drive. You will be called as fool. You will be called to Nimans. What I told you, what you also told me. So you should have a dream. And why you should have a dream? When you look at these people, they are very ordinary people. A very ordinary lawyer who used to drink, who used to smoke, who was a thief also. He writes. And one day he becomes Mahatma Gandhi. Why? Because a normal barrister had a powerful dream and that powerful dream made this barrister Mahatma Gandhi. So dreams makes ordinary people extraordinary. That's the only difference between ordinary and extraordinary people. A very ordinary boy who was working, as a man he was working in what is called as petrol pumps. He was putting petrol. You are at least graduates. You are in better position to actually hit much better than what he has hit. But still your confidence is low. Look at this man. What was his confidence that was running in his mind when he was working for a petrol pump and when the owner told, "What do you want to become?" "I want to own multiple such petrol pumps." These were the statements that he told. when for the first time he was brought to the stock exchange of where this the textile stock exchange happens, what do you want to achieve before going out on this first day? I want to ask you, have come for the first time, what do you want to achieve? I want to own this place. That is what is called as a dream. I will bring a boy and make him an emperor and he will challenge you. That is a dream that you should have. And that dreams we had. So that is Dhirubhai Ambani, a very ordinary teacher who came in an exchange program, becomes greatest Mother Teresa because powerful dreams makes the dreamer powerful. That is Mother Teresa. And always remember, a powerful mind can achieve actually goals. It is not powerful physically built position. When you say Nelson Mandela, he won't look like an Hulk. When you say Anna Hazare, he doesn't look like a muscle body man. When you look at Gandhiji, he doesn't look like a muscle man. When you look at Narayan Murthy, he doesn't look like such a strong personality. Because power is not in the physical appearance, power is in the mind. Only a powerful mind can achieve powerful goals. So ask yourself how to develop that powerful mind. One of the beautiful techniques which you can really practice on a daily basis, yoga and meditation, that helps you to achieve powerful mind. When we talk about the mind, there are three parts in the mind. We call it as a conscious mind, subconscious mind. On the lower layer, we have a superconscious mind. How does goal work? Goal works something like this. I want to achieve something. Through my conscious state, I am trying to put inside. I want to achieve something, okay? I want to bring freedom for India. It is there deep in me. I am just putting it inside through my conscious mind into my subconscious mind. If I say it once or twice, it is a shallow dream. That does not work. That will never work. It has to penetrate deep inside. For me to penetrate deep inside, I will have to meditate in penance. I will have to sit with that as an objective, and my life has to continue over days, years, over months, multiple decades, and slowly it gets penetrating, it gets penetrated, it gets penetrated. The moment it touches the superconscious state, it is the universe which will take action and it becomes a reality. You will have to just sit and take few baby steps. That's all. You will have to make few baby steps. Nothing else. Just take simple baby steps towards your goal and don't give up the goal for whatever reason. I don't know how you want to associate yourself when we talk about the goals. One beautiful example could be Om Shanti Om. It was a beautiful movie of Shah Rukh Khan, but it actually speaks about one of the Chanakya Niti and one of the Bhagavad Gita saying that Agar aap kisi ko chahte ho, it could be your dream. I want to do something like this for my mom. I want to do something like this for my country. I want to achieve something for myself. That dream, agar aap kisi ko chahte ho, you are actually in love with the dream so strong and you want it with a good intention. And you hold on to that dream till your last breath, knowing that she is already married, but still you will hold on to that dream. You will hold on to that dream. You will hold on to that dream. In the sequence, in that struggle, something happens and your last breath is taken off from you. But it is the universe's decision that you had released the dream onto the universe. It has to fulfill. It will give you a rebirth and your dream shall become a reality. I've given you a lot of examples. This is also one such example for you. So we talk about conscious and subconscious mind. So you as a conscious person should allow only your dream to get penetrated, not the negatives. When you wanted to start a business and you want to become a successful, go and speak to Narayan Murthy because he will feed in right kind of inputs. You go to your uncle who failed in business and he's having a pawn shop and say, Uncle, and uncle will come, क्या? मैं business करना चाहता हूँ, एक काम करता हूँ, मैं ओनर को बोल के और एक पान शॉप इधर खोलता हूँ, अब बिजनेस करके फ्लॉप होने के बाद इधर आ जाओ. No, don't go to him. What you should do, go to Narayan Murthy, he will tell you. Read autobiography of great people who have become very, very successful. That will motivate you. So what happens? Your mind is, again I'm telling you, if your mind is not actually in your control, you cannot achieve your goals. So what is happening? Your physical appearance is not the power of a man. Power of a man lies in the power of his mind, and power of the mind lies in the power of the subconscious mind. And subconscious mind, to become powerful from the conscious mind, you should consistently put right kind of inputs. You can do it, you can achieve it. There are a lot of people who have achieved it. Like that, when the right kind of seeds are being poured, don't go to such people who spread negative. Avoid such people, because one wrong seed which gets into your head, it will start multiplying, and the entire subconscious mind will become a weed, land. It is used for nothing. So we say satsang. You will have to be in the circle of right kind of people, even in college, even at home. That can help you to achieve your goals. I have already told about Disneyland 2, how he became one of the greatest. I have already shared you about Tenzing Norgay and Edmund Hillary. When a dream is powerful, the entire existence arranges itself, and that dream can become a reality. He was in Himalayan mountains, he was in New Zealand. Nobody knew each other. Sorry, both of them did not know each other. But the dream of this man and the dream of one last attempt to achieve this had to bring both of this together, and miracles happened after that. And I was speaking about Martin King Luther Jr. I have a dream that my 4 children, he should have told, I will see. Tell God clearly, give him clarity. I want to marry a beautiful girl, give him clarity. Anybody from my family should marry a beautiful girl? No! I should. So he should have told, I have a dream that I shall see this White House doing no color discrimination. That should have been his dream. That should be the message that should be sent to the universe. And when that message would have gone to the universe, miracles would have happened. So this had to be fulfilled. We talk about Martin King Luther Jr. Ratan Tata, yes. When we say this Tata Nano car, it was a dream which became a reality. It was one such day, it was raining heavily in the Delhi, and there was a lot of cars which was stuck. His car was also stuck. He was sitting at the back. He saw a family, father, mother, son and daughter. Son is in the front, Vespa scooter. Mother is sitting at the back, daughter is in the center. Dad never wanted his son to actually get wet, so he bends a little. Mother is putting her veil so that her daughter should not get wet. And when he was watching, it was looking like for the entire scooter, a cover, if it would have been put, I think it would be beautiful for the middle class family. That visual which this man saw, that resulted in Nano. If subsidized price would have been declared then, it would have been available for 60,000 rupees, 65,000 rupees. What we say today, an ordinary man, Udan Yojana mein, can fly an airport with the leadership of Modi ji. If it would have been there, this Nano would have really become a reality, and with subsidy, people would have been traveling in Nano cars for 60-70,000 rupees. So, again I am telling, power of gold is the entire existence will rearrange itself, and it will make it a reality. This is what. Now, what are few things that you will have to do in order to fulfill your dream? We will look at the points, most of it I have already shared. One is, you will have to define your goals, I have already told you. Write down your goals clearly so that it is visible. Make your dream prominently appear. जहाँ पे brush करने के लिए जाते हो, it should be appearing. Your mirror where you comb, makeup, it should be appearing. Your shoe rack when you open, it should be appearing. Make your dream prominently appear. When defining a goal, don't think of how. Most of you, when you define a goal, don't ever think of how, because nothing is possible by you. Everything is possible by him. So you are just sending a message to him and keeping that message consistently the same. This is what I want to achieve. That is what is your responsibility. When defining the dream or a goal, don't think of how, who, when. You should say by this time that definition is right. Who all are going to come and help you, who all are going to join you, slowly that shall happen while defining the dream. While execution of dream comes, we will go to certain technical facts. With all these technical facts put together also, your dream should not change. Just like after first test your dream came down, you should not change your dream. Then it is not called as a dream. Dream big so that it makes you excited. That is what has to be your dream. When you share it with somebody, they should feel wow, what a dream he has, that feeling should come. And you should act in that direction. At least baby steps have to be taken. You cannot sit in one place and think of a dream and it becomes a reality. Batsman, consistently keep doing that. Singing, consistently keep doing that. So you will have to act in reality. You cannot do the action also in dream. There was this lady who was carrying milk. She was carrying milk that was from her cow, and as she was carrying that milk, she saw her friend who was running, our friend was having a chicken stall where eggs was hatched and then chicken used to come, and she had made enough money. So as she was carrying this milk pot, she was dreaming again. I will sell this milk pot and I will buy more cows. After I buy more cows, I'll get more what we call milk. After I get more milk, then with that money I will buy more eggs. With that more eggs, I will make more chicken, and with that more chicken, that will actually give me more eggs. And then when somebody says how successful I am, I'll say I am very, very successful. And she says that the milk falls down. So when I say you will have to not act in dreams, I want to be slim, 10 kilometers jog has to be done physically. No, in dream I have jogged already 10 kilometers. It does not work. No, instead of me, मेरी काम वाली बाई है ना, उन्हें ही बता दो, काम वाली बाई, एक काम करोगे क्या? मुझे स्लिम होना है, आप थोड़ा सा 2 किलोमीटर जॉग करके वापस आ जाओ ना. It does not work like that. It has to be you. No distraction is allowed. Scold your brain if it does not listen to you. Scold your brain if it does not listen to you. That is very, very important. What I mean by scold your brain is, I still remember, actually being a teacher and being a parent is a very difficult task. We always need to keep on telling you steady, and it is a lifelong process.